I've been thinking a lot about two things that we all must do if we want to have the things that we want. And the first one is we have to do things that we're afraid of. And I know it's probably the hardest thing for me to say, and I know it's probably the hardest thing for us all to do, but we have to do things that we're afraid of. And it's just what it is. And I don't know. I think, starting small, I think, doing one thing at a time, maybe, committing to 5 minutes of doing something that you're afraid of. And it's just, in order to get to where we want to be, it's just part of what we have to do. And I suggest, writing down a list of things that you're afraid of. And I'll share more about this for myself, what I've been afraid to do, and then how I'm kind of maneuvering it. It's not easy, right? It's it's scary. So of course it's a challenge, but it is important that we face the music, if you will. It's important that we make a decision about the things that we're afraid of, because typically it keeps us from our destiny. Typically the things that we're afraid of, what we want is on the other side of what we're afraid of, and we can talk ourselves out of doing the things that we know we need to do in order to change our lives. So I challenge you, I challenge myself to just start small, maybe one thing a day, or one big thing a week, just kind of broken down into pieces. I'm looking for, how to handle it. What do you normally do when you resist? What do you normally do when you're afraid? So if you avoid it, kind of what can you kind of do to help yourself get through it, so you do the things you're afraid of. I believe in God, so prayer for me is a lot of what I have to do. Also, standing on scripture, there's 300, it's recorded that it's more than 365 or about 365 scriptures on facing fear. And so obviously it was important to God. I think also, journaling about what we're fearful of, because sometimes the fear, it doesn't even make any sense, right? It's irrational. Or if it does happen, we're going to make it. And that's most fears, right? It's not going to kill us. We're going to be fine. It's just something that we have to do. And it, we'll be stronger because of it. But it's just facing the fear every single day and not giving in to, the resistance, not giving into avoiding it, giving into I'll do it tomorrow, or I'll do it next week, or I'll do it when the kids are out of the house, or whatever our excuse is. We have to make a commitment to do the things that we fear every single day. And of course, some things are going to work, and that's great, right? And then some things won't work, and that's fine as well, because we will learn from it. We'll learn and grow. And so what happens is, if we don't do it, if we don't do the things that we are afraid of, we just live in regret. We just live in a stuck state. And while it appears that, the stuck state is okay, at some point I think we start to really regret not doing the things that we need to do, not taking the chances, not, facing the fear, not getting up every single day and say, okay, I'm going to do this one thing that I'm afraid of. I'm going to do this one piece of this thing that I'm afraid of. I'm going to face one big fear every single week, or every single month, or whatever your thing is. I wouldn't go too far, too much further than a month. But I even if you face one big fear per quarter, you face 4 big fears per year. So I think that's a great thing. But I think that we have to do it. We have to face the fear and then look back and say, okay, what, kind of reflect on it. What did I learn from this? What can I do different next time? Did it work? Did it not work? What happened? And the second thing is, we have to go outside of our comfort zone. And these two could be the same thing, and they may not be. But getting out of our comfort zone, doing the things that we don't want to do, doing the things that we know we should do, the things that we have limited ourselves just by what we say with our mouth. We have to start to face things, or we have to get out of our comfort zone. We have to do things that, we've been wanting to do, but we haven't, whether it's meeting new people, whether it's, introducing ourselves, whether it's talking to a stranger, whether it's taking a course that we haven't done because we say it's hard. Whatever it is that you need to do to face your comfort zone, or to get out of your comfort zone, we got to start doing that. These are the two things that I think are so pivotal. And there's habits, there's things that we have to do, or we will become because of these things. But we have to face our fear, and we have to get out of our comfort zone. And it may be just taking a pottery class. It may just be taking a foreign language class. It may just be taking a improv class. class. It may be, something else, but we have to get out of our comfort zone and start to do the things that we want to do. It may be traveling to a different country by ourselves. And I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying there's things that we need to do to get out of our comfort zone, and that things in our life are not going to change unless we start taking massive action. And that includes facing our fear and then doing things outside of our comfort zone, doing things that we would normally do. Maybe you would never take a spin class. Maybe you would never take a some type of class. Maybe you would never be caught dead taking a flower, pottery class, or, flower arrangement class. Maybe you would never be caught doing that. Maybe you never be caught reading a book. Maybe there's just different things we can do to step out of a comfort zone to help us to be better. And so this is what we have to do. We have to make a commitment from this point forward. And I'm talking to myself as well, to face my fears and to step outside of my comfort zone. And I want this to be a habit every single day, to just do the things that I don't want to do, to just do the things that I know I need to do that I don't want to do, to get out of being comfortable, to get out of doing the stuff that is causing me harm, like watching TV. For me, I feel like that is not the best use of my time. Watching movies, sitting for hours watching Lifetime movies, to me, that's not a good use of my time. So, I think there's a lot of ways to get around that. We could, I could use half of that time to do something else to make myself better, to make me a better mother, to make me a better sister, to make me a better friend, to make me a better spouse, or to make me a better daughter. Whatever it is, there's something in that time that I'm spending watching TV that I can do to make myself better, if it's just for me, to become more self-aware, to look at where am I strong, where am I weak, what do I really like now that I'm 50 years old, what do I really dislike? Because, things change. I believe that every decade there's different things about us that we need to know, but on a daily basis, we should be studying ourselves to see, who we really are, what it is we really want, what is our purpose, what is our goal, what are we trying to accomplish, what are we doing every day to make that happen? Or are we moving further and further away? Who are we around? Who's in our circle? Are they helping us to get better? Are they making things worse for us? But there's just things that we need to do every single day to help ourselves. And so I think studying ourselves, dating ourselves, to really find out who we are, who God made us to be, what His will is for our lives. Every single day is a study. It's a way to grow. And so if this is something that you're interested in, hit like and subscribe on this video, and let's do it. Let's do it. Let's show up and do the things that we need to do for ourselves every single day to make our lives better, to make the people that we're around, their lives better, the people we call to serve, to make their lives better. So I'll see you in the next video.